Hey guys, welcome to Open Hart Conversations. I'm your host, Chinwe Hart, and today I got my brother with me, Mr. Tim Ross.
I love you, girl.
Love you too.
Glad to
This
be here
this
with
has
you.
been a long time coming.
Has it?
No, not really.
Okay. I'm
No,
like, I hope I didn't keep you waiting
no,
that
no,
long.
no, no. It was just like literally coordinating schedules.
Yeah, that's all
But
it was. Yeah, for
but it
sure.
wasn't. It wasn't bad. I boosted it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I love it. That's funny.
yeah. So basically, I just wanted to have you on the couch, and I know you just launched your book,
Hmm.
so I wanted you to just kind of tell everyone about yourself, tell everyone about your book,
Yeah.
and what kind of brought you to write this book.
Yeah, so my name is Timothy Charles Ross. I like saying my full name because my daddy died 2 years ago and his first name was Charles.
Mm,
So when I say my full name, I get to say my daddy's name as well.
mm,
Um, I was born June 26, 1975. I was born in the 1900s, literally. And uh, in Inglewood, California. So my parents were both believers in Jesus. Worked for the government in the city. For my daddy worked for the post office for 33 years. Mommy worked for the LAPD for 30. I wanted to be a homicide detective if I didn't become a rapper, and so I didn't become a rapper. And so I was going to be a homicide detective, and then when I was going through the training for the LAPD, I gave my life to Jesus,
mm.
January 14th of 96. And I preached my first sermon 5 weeks later.
Wow.
And that was 30 years ago.
Wow.
So I've been preaching for that long. And as it relates to books, like books for me are like burdens.
Mm.
I'm not like an author. It's like writing a new book like every 18 to 24 months. I'm
Yeah.
just more like God gives me a burden, then I can't shake it, and then I feel like the Holy Spirit tells me to turn it into a book, and so I just turn it into a book.
Oh, that's good.
So the missing piece, PEACE, not PIECE.
Mm.
The missing piece was basically the crescendo for me of 30 years of being a believer and 28 years of being in therapy.
Mm.
That's why I wrote the book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I gave my life to Jesus, like I said, January 14th of 96. But I went to my first therapy session in 98.
Wow.
And I never stopped going.
Wow.
So I have regularly been with a counselor or a therapist for 28 years.
Wow. And have you seen like progress and growth throughout those 28 years?
Oh, I'm not the same person. I would have murdered somebody.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My older brother founded a gang, and then he turned on that gang.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically put a hit out on his life that also included a clause, if I never said it that way, but it's true, that if he didn't present himself to the OGs, that they could take me and my younger brother's life.
Wow.
So you know when your life is like being discussed, like if you want cheese on your burger or not, that'll make you feel away.
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
And I just was kind of like, first of all, I'm too small to fight. My wrist, these wrists is skinny. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I still got room right here, just from here to here. So me swinging on somebody is gonna hurt me more than probably the person, but I'll shoot you. You know what I mean? And that environment kind of, even if you're not that type of person, you become that type of person to survive. And so the Holy Spirit made a way for me to, first of all, get distance from that whole situation. My parents actually put their house on the market. We moved 70 miles away.
Wow.
And then within a year and a half, I moved from Cali to Texas and been out here since 97.
And was that because of all the things that were going on out there, or was it just like?
No, the Holy Spirit told me I was going to come here to visit for a month because my whole family on my dad's side comes from Texas, from East Texas.
Okay.
And so I was coming out here to visit all of them. And then the Holy Spirit told me 2 days before I left to buy a one-way ticket.
Wow.
So I moved out here in 97, in June of 97, and never went back.
Dang.
But the next year is the first time I sat down and talked to a therapist. And because I had a lot of trauma. I was sexually abused when I was 8 by an older teenage boy that lived across the street from me. Had been exposed to pornography at 12. I was promiscuous in my late teens, early 20s. Low self-esteem, low self-worth, suicidal ideation. It was never like I'm about to kill myself, but it was always like, God, just don't wake me up in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm
like kind of like you just gave up.
Yeah, because I was like, I must suck as a person. You know what I mean? Like, because I can't get over my stuff. But I didn't know how much of it was like connected to my nervous system and how much of it was trauma and how much of it was my abandonment issues and um, um, my core traumas are attachment and abandonment. And then I have when you think about the chaos, right? Most people want to stop the chaos instead of being curious about why is it bothering you.
Ooh, that's good.
Why is this bothering me? Perfect case in point. I lost 70% of my income last year. Go. Dang. Unrecoverable. I started a business. My business partner split. I had to walk away. 70% of my income was gone. I got down to, I'll never forget this number, $57.11.
What?
I got a family of 5, a widowed mom, a business, all this kind of stuff, and I'm looking at 5711.
Dang.
I'm like, is these the last 4 digits of somebody's phone number? Or is this really my bank account?
This is a PIN number.
Right, is this a PIN number? Nah, that's my bank account. I slept so good that night.
How?
Because staying up was going to do what?
That's true.
Right? $57 isn't enough for a family 5 to get Chipotle. Right? So I might as well go to sleep. Like if Jesus gonna sleep through a storm, I'm sleeping on 5711.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna.
Yeah.
So staying up to 4 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out, well maybe if I don't know what I'll.
If I invest 50.
Then I won't be overdrawn, right? Before this payment clears on the 2nd. No, that's still, it was, I just went to sleep. Because I was like, he went to sleep. In Mark 4, he went to sleep on a boat. In Acts 12, Peter got that same piece. He went to sleep in between 2 prison guards. He was chained to him and curled up and went to bed. So I'm like, what I'm gonna be up at over 5711? I'm not doing it. And didn't. I went to sleep. And woke up and it was still 5711. Like there's no like miraculous thing. But the peace of God, Paul said, literally passes all your understanding. It don't make sense why. But if you accept it and you like realize like, okay, God, you told me to cast your cares on you. So I'm concerned about my financial situation. And I don't care. Because I gave that to you. I gave care to you. I can be concerned about some stuff. Care? I don't care.
No, that's faith.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of faith.
Yeah, for sure.
Some blind faith.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how did he take you out of that situation?
Well, he didn't. All of 25 was what I refer to as manna. The year 2025 for me was manna. And the conclusion was manna is delicious.
Yes. It will keep you sustained.
If it's between manna and nothing, manna is bomb. You feel me?
Yes.
And I still remember, thank God I didn't have to, but I still remember fried bologna sandwiches.
Wow.
That's
a distant memory.
I'm grateful for the house I got and the blessings and all that kind of stuff. And I can make a fried bologna sandwich if I need to. I'll go get the Kraft sandwich bread, the French's mustard, toast that white bread, right? Cut them 3 lines in that bologna so it won't turn into that little bowl.
Yes.
Right? Wow. And flip over. Like I still know how to do all of that. So if I had to go back to that, I ain't tripping. So all of 25 was lean. And then 26 came. I was just telling somebody earlier today, we already surpassed everything we gave in tithes and offerings for all of 2025. We already surpassed that dollar amount.
Oh, wow.
For 26, and it's only May.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's restored a lot. And I didn't need him to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't waiting on it. Like, I know you about to come through and give me double for my trouble. You know what I'm saying? I literally was like, God, if that season's over, I'll just go get a job. I can go work for somebody. Like, I'm not a bud at, you know what I'm saying? Because seasons come and go.
It does.
And so you're not going to always, you might not always be up here. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how dope you are as an artist, at some point you're going to be in Las Vegas.
That is true. That is a lot of residencies there.
Right?
Yes.
And these same people used to tour all around the world, and they have 50 city tours, and they did their international tour, and they was in London for 3 months. They all roads lead to Vegas.
Yep.
All roads lead to you being at somebody's hotel in the same spot, and everybody coming to see you.
Yep.
Because your fan base shrinks, and the people that love you, and the people that only like your hits stop buying your albums. True. And so if all roads lead to Vegas for an artist, then you got to know that there's an arc to your life. Here's the other part. This is going to sound morbid. I don't want nobody to be mad at me. I'm going to look at all three cameras and tell y'all this. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. You're going to be dead for way longer than you were alive.
That is true. That is true.
Right? In terms of the earth realm, we're not talking about eternity and stuff. On earth, you will be dead way longer than you were alive, which means we need to make meaning out of the now. Because 100 years from now, no one's going to be saying Tim Ross's name with regularity, except my great grandkids that are like, I did my ancestry.com and one of them dudes' name was Tim.
Yeah. Right? I mean, that's so crazy that you say it, that we don't think about.
We don't think about it.
We're like very encompassed in troubles and everything going on in the now.
In the now. And like white knuckling it too. Like, oh, I need to, do I have everything? And it's like, I get it. And it don't put that much weight on that. Yeah. Because it don't mean that much.
That's true. I feel like you're speaking to me. I'm like, oh, I know. That's very true. I guess for those people that like me that are just I guess over controlling, especially with every part of my life, my world, things that I'm doing, if it goes wrong or left, it's like a spaz. A spaz moment, like what, how, what, and just, I don't know, just you and talking about peace and your book is just, the timing is divine. Like, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. We did, I had to speak today. I came from speaking at some church that I never spoke at before in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Barely knew the pastor. He saw me. He hosted a thing for men, and then he was like, "Can you come back and speak?" I was like, "Okay." I was just so happy that it was in the city that I didn't have to get on a plane. Yeah. I was like, "Thank you." So I went to preach for him, and so at the end of both the messages, because I preached about peace today. So at the end of both the messages, I asked people, if this message resonated with you and you need peace, come up. So I had them just open their hands like this. And I said, here's a cool thing about your palms being up. Not only can you receive something, but you can also be relieved of something. It's not just about what God gives you, it's about what he takes. And there's two ways to hold something. I can hold my phone like this, or I could hold my phone like this. Both ways it's being held. Mm-hmm. But if I hold it like this, it's actually more comfortable and I can hold it longer than if I hold it like this. Right? This takes a little bit more effort. Mm-hmm. I try to hold things like this because I don't want to get in a tug of war with God over it. Right? If I hold it like this, then he doing that, and then I'm gonna wind up with all this meat getting ripped up because he way stronger than me, right? Yes. So I ain't trying to get yanked. But if I hold it like this, all I gotta do is be steady. And if he takes it from me, I don't need it no more. And if he gives it to me, then I need it for right now. Mm. And as long as I'm steady, it can come in and out. Whatever he wants to give me can come in and out. Mm. But if I'm over here like this, I'm about to drop it, right? Or if I'm like this, then I'm thinking like that I have to give more effort to keep a thing that he freely put in my hand in the first place. That's true. So I've just learned to like kind of live my life with this picture of my palm being up, and that way I'm not in control of it. Like, you gave it to me, it's in my hand, I'm gonna just keep my hand steady. But I'm not about to white knuckle it, because then I think I'm controlling it and I got to do something with it, and it just gets weird. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dang. That's a very good perspective, because I feel like a lot of people in this world, a lot of patients that I've dealt with, it's that they're saying that they're trying to release things, but their grip is still, they still got that grip on it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you're not going to get to the next phase of healing, or this beautiful phase of your next phase of life, if you don't release. And
that's right.
That's one thing we don't understand. It's like, if we hold it, we can fix it. It's like nothing's happening with a clenched fist.
That's exactly right.
That's crazy.
So can I tell you where this has like really impacted me in my on my therapy side?
Yeah.
So when you do therapy, there's a little arc you go through where you start becoming self-aware. You start discovering kind of like, the stuff that's been going on in your heart, your soul. And then you're like, you see where these maladaptive behaviors pop up, and how you've participated in them, and how your little kid survived all your trauma. And you're like, okay, cool. And then as you become self-aware, there's this little arc where you're like, you start judging everybody that ain't doing their work. You just side eye me. I know what's wrong with you. You just be looking at her, you're mad judgmental, like, you ain't done no work. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here working on me. You ain't worked on nothing. You need to go to my therapist. You know what I mean? It's just, and the more you keep doing your work, it should leave you, because you realize how much more work you got to do. You just scratched the surface. Like, you didn't get down to nothing. You just like barely, you scratched the paint off. So here's where like I started to have like a lot of freedom, because I'm an empath. And so I love people so much that when they don't do the right thing, I be mad at them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't understand why you're not doing the right thing. It's right there. It's so dumb. Like, come on, do the thing. You know what I mean? Like, I already told you to do the thing, and you didn't even do the thing. And now you're mad because you didn't do the thing that I told you to do. And now you're mad. I'm mad. Like, it's just crazy. And I got so much freedom when I realized I can't control nobody but me.
Yeah.
Yo, that thing set me free.
Yeah.
From my wife, from my kids, from my mother, from my daddy, from my in-laws, from my older brother, from my cousins, from like bosses. I was like, you ain't ever gotta change.
Yeah.
You can be just as stupid as you want to be. I'm not participating. I'm not opting into your stupidity.
Yep.
I can't control you. You might stay dumb. Huh? You might stay dumb for the rest of your life. And I'm not going to be over here mad at you.
Yeah, you just look and you just,
You're just going to be like, You want to live in dummy land. Look at you, want to just live over there in dummy land. You made it your permanent address. Yeah. I'm not coming to visit you. You're going to be done by yourself.
Yeah.
Because I get to opt in.
You get to control your space.
Right? I get to opt out. I don't have to participate with you over there. I ain't got to play with you over there. I do have a choice, but I can't control your choice.
Yep.
But your choice will dictate mine.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And so that thing freed me, Chi, like to the point that like my whole life is I just live at peace because I'm like, oh man, well,
yeah, I can't control.
I can't control.
God's gonna handle this.
God got that. Yeah, I ain't on that.
Dang, that's a nice place to be. I feel like it's ebbs and flows for me. I'll have maybe a season where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not worried, and then the next minute it's like, oh no, they're in dummy land, and I'm bothered. Right. It's upsetting me. Yeah. But I mean, and I'm not calling my patients down. I promise I'm not. But it's even like sometimes with patients, it's like, I'm telling you what to do. Right. I see what's happening. They're like, well, no, ChatGPT told me.
Ooh. Oh my God.
Well, I looked this up and I already know what looking it up is. Yeah. You're not going to read a scholarly article.
No, you're not.
From Harvard or a textbook.
No, you're not.
You're Googling.
Yeah, you got a blurb.
Yes.
You got a blurb. You didn't even get a book.
And I do have to catch myself to not get frustrated. Like, I always say which I guess even studies show that the average person has the medical knowledge at 4th grade level. Ooh. Yeah, so it's like you have to be patient. So the way that you would talk to a 4th grader, to me, that's kind of how I have to have the patience with my patients.
That's good to know.
Is to, like, they don't know it all.
Right, for sure.
They have access to Google, so they're gonna just Google it, and Google's gonna take you. You have a cough, you have cancer. It's gonna take you right there, all the way to the
WebMD. Yes. Takes you to WebMD. It's gonna take you have scoliosis. Listen. And it's like, no, you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to stretch.
You sprain the ankle, you got a blood clot. And it's like, no. But
that's so funny.
You have to, there's a level of like patience that you have to have with people, and just knowing that you have to change your mind and not let someone else's, what they're going to do or their thought process bother you. And it's like, not just in everything, in every aspect, even work, with friends, with family, with everyone. You have to get to a point where it's just like, all right, well, that's your decision. Yeah, I respect, and you can't fight someone on it.
No, you can't.
You got to let them learn on their own.
Absolutely, for sure.
Even if you know that they're running into a big brick wall.
Yeah, listen, Chi, I tell people all the time, one of the most painful things you'll have to do with people that you love is watch them hit a wall. And you can't jump in front of it. You can't stop it. The only thing you can do is resist the urge to say, I told you so. Right? So you have to run up to it. You gotta, after they crash, you run up, you're like, oh my God, are you okay? It's like, right? You like just sitting over there like,
I knew this.
Are you all right? That seemed like it hurt. Is your seatbelt on? Did you have on a helmet?
You gotta come back. They gotta come back to you. Hey.
Right, exactly. Like, hey. You got that neck brace on. You're gonna be all right.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. I told you so, though.
Are you? Are you that person?
I will. Well, I did say that, but I'm not gonna say it in a nasty way.
It's
gonna be like, I did tell you.
Right. You're gonna remind them. You're gonna gently remind them.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. It ain't petty.
No.
It's just like, well, you're just like, well, look at there.
We talked about that.
I think 3 months ago, I think we might have addressed this during one of our sessions. Yeah.
But I know even getting to the point of like not even reminding them is healthy. Yeah. It's a healthy sign of, hi, I'm at peace. I'm not worried. Hey, I'm here for you.
For sure.
But how do you get to a place of just being like, Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by Rooted Essentials. It is more than just a supplement company. It is a wellness brand focusing on nourishing the body from the inside out. Hey, I'm here for you.
For sure.
But how do you get to a place of just being like, I'm here for you, even though I told you, like, okay, for instance, with your children, would you be more apt to tell them, I told you not to do that, in comparison to someone that you may have met a friend.
Yeah, I've learned not to do it even with my kids. I think I'm taking a big company through a realignment of the organization, and so I talked. Actually, this week is my last week. I've done 9 weeks with them.
Wow.
The first 6 weeks, I just talked to the employees one on one. I did one on one sessions, 30 minutes from 9 to 5. Okay, and then the last 3 weeks, and this is the last week, I've done it with their upper management, exec team, managers, team leads. And what I told them is if you repeating yourself frustrates you, you don't know leadership. Good leaders repeat themselves.
Oh, that's good to know.
Because repetition is how you get people to change their minds. We as communicators think we're so good at communicating that when we said it once,
we don't have to say it again.
And that's pride. That's ego. Ooh. That's our ego. And I've had it. I thought I told you. You heard I'm eloquent, or I'm a good communicator. How come you didn't listen? And the truth of the matter is, all Jesus did for 3.5 years with his disciples was repeat himself. All through the Old Testament, all Adonai is doing is reminding them people to remember. Remember the Lord thy God. Yeah. Remember the Sabbath. Remember this, remember that, remember. He's constantly reminding us. And he's not reminding us because we're dumb. He's reminding us because we forget. And because it's easy to forget, repetition is important. Yeah. Whatever you want to remember, you repeat. And you just say it over and over and over and over and over again. And you know you're getting through when they repeat you, when they finish your sentence. Yeah. That's when you know that they got it.
Well, that's good. I can get frustrated when I repeat stuff.
Understood.
Like, I told you. I said this already. I don't know. I have to keep. But growing up, that in a Nigerian household, I told you. I'm not repeating myself. So
there's nobody going to repeat this to you again, Chinwe.
Exactly. It's like you get it once.
You know this one time. You cannot go outside for the rest of the year. I told you. Finish your books.
That's literally it growing up. So it's like that's almost like ingrained in me, and I'm in this adult phase. I'm like having to unlearn those things. Like,
absolutely,
no, it is okay to repeat. No, it's not normal for someone to just face their books all day, every day.
Absolutely, that is what is the. We understand. We want the next generation to do better. But man,
yeah,
how much harm did you bring to me?
Yeah, because it's
for me to you had a desire for me to have a better life, and you also had some unhealthy things that you passed on in order for me to be this brilliant person that I am right now.
Yeah, because it's like I'm forever in a man. I gotta learn. Well, it's a good thing and I guess good and bad. It can be good and bad. I feel like I need to learn this. I need to learn a why for every single thing. How does that operate? And then it's like, well, okay, if they can do that, I can do it. If they started that, I can do it. But that was something, my parents always said growing up, if they did it, how come you can't do it? If someone got 100, how come you didn't get 101? And it's just that I'm like, man, I'm in my adult age having to unlearn that and go back. It's okay.
Yes.
Give yourself grace.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, you won't. And then it creates you never have peace. You'll never have peace because you're going to feel like you need to get to something or always chasing something or climbing some type of ladder. And it's like, man.
Then you never feel like you're enough.
Yeah.
Right? And that is a painful place to be, where you always feel like there's something else I got to bump up to. No, I want to be all right.
I need to be at a place of just, it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm
not good at 11. That. Yeah, you know what I mean? I got 57, 11. Okay. We can't get Chipotle, but we can get Wolf Brand chili and rice.
Exactly.
Huh?
I am good.
Yeah, we good.
Like that's a level I feel like, man, so many people would have healing if they got to that place.
They would. They would.
There wouldn't be suicide. There wouldn't be depression if you got to a place where it's like, I released that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And then see my thought process, okay, well, what can I do to help everyone get there? And it's like, let go and let go.
Let go. Yo. Okay, so my friend, it's so funny that you just said that because my friend had just sent me something that he was going through. And literally, now I don't like what people made the term let go and let God because it wound up being incredibly dismissive. Right? You're like trying to bare your soul, like, man, I'm going through one of the darkest moments in my life, and they're like, child, just let go and let God. And you like,
whoa.
Did you don't make me punch you in the throat. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to bare my soul and you just flippantly throw out this phrase, right? The phrase is true. So I literally told the dude, I was like, man, I'm about to say something that's like incredibly dismissive and incredibly true at the same time. Let go and let God. And he just burst out laughing. Well, next thing I know, he sends me a picture. He made a shirt out of it. And it says, let go and let God. Incredibly dismissive and incredibly true.
That is funny.
Yeah.
That is funny because I would buy that.
Yeah. That was the shirt.
Dang.
It's the truth.
No, I mean, there's so much facts to that. It's just, I don't know. I think my mind goes into like just that provider mode of what can I do? How can I reach my patients? Am I not pouring into them as much as I should spiritually? And it's like, well, you still kind of want to, I still want to be a light to people without being overbearing to them.
For sure.
And not kind of blur those lines, but still like, come on. But like we talked about before we started the camera, it's like, you gotta just let God provide the increase.
Absolutely.
Like you know.
Yeah.
The seed is planted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let it be.
Yeah, my dad, God rest his soul, he had diabetes. He got diabetes in his 40s. It's like early to mid 40s. And he just let diabetes happen to him.
So we're not talking about let that happen.
He just let it happen. He just kind of rolled over and was like, he was like so adamant when he first got the diagnosis, like, I'm not going to be sticking myself with no needles and all that kind of stuff. And the next thing you know, he was sticking himself with needles. And then he still had buttered bread next to his meal. And he still had cornbread.
He found peace.
Next to in the wrong thing. Do you hear the words coming out of my mouth? And then he wanted pancakes. So he just gave himself more insulin on the day he had pancakes. I said, this is not the way diabetes is supposed to work, sir. And this was type 2. Like, he could have done some very practical things
to reverse that.
Not only reverse it, but like get off the insulin and, you know what I mean? I'm talking like walking.
Yeah.
And not even a brisk walk. You know what I mean? He could have ate that, skipped the bread, and then did a 30-minute walk. And whatever the spike of insulin would have been being burned off when he was doing the walking. Like, it's not even that hard, right? And this is what my 4th grade medical, this is just my WebMD, right? This is just my Google knowledge, right? So I'm like watching this man and the effects of what diabetes did to his life. And I was so concerned. Like, I'm like, I'll go to the gym with you. I'll come over every day, walk with you. And then I realized, this man don't want to do this. He'll do it if I'm here. He ain't about this life. This is where he wants to be. So I literally had to like resign myself to the fact that if this man doesn't steward his body correctly, he's going to have these breakdowns that take place and did in his feet. He had neuropathy in his feet, poor vision after a while. And these were all the complications of diabetes. I had to accept that this this is how he wanted to live. And I couldn't, as much as I wanted the best for him, he didn't want the best for himself. And so I just had to accept the version that he accepted for himself.
Mm-hmm. And that's hard.
It can be hard to do. But once I made that pivot in my mind, I could just love him right where he was. And that way, when I saw him butter the bread, I wasn't over there like, oh, so you just gonna die then. I can't even say it without laughing. But in my head, you know what I'm saying? Some days I was over there looking at him with that kind of pettiness. But like, I'm like, oh, that's what he want to do. That it ain't gonna be me. But if that's how you want to roll, bro, that's that's you.
Yeah.
You get to make that choice.
And it's like we have to understand that that's people's life. Sometimes they don't want to come out of whatever it is that that
absolutely
they should.
Correct.
It's like, hey, I need you here. Come here.
Yeah.
Just let me work with you. And it's like, I think one thing that we always say, the first step of someone who's like to stop smoking is them admitting, or even drinking, admitting that you have a problem.
That's correct.
Admitting, and then you can try and make those changes. But if you don't think you have a problem,
oh no,
and nothing's happening.
I got family members and friends that are married to complete clowns. Dang. And I'm like, you love them? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna like them.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna be there.
You gotta live with them. And if that's what you want for yourself, I will not say something about.
But it's frustrating because it's like there's better this on this side. There's better. Well, not even on my side. It's better on the right side.
Yeah, correct.
Just move. Yeah, it's better.
And what I realized though is that some people can't see better.
But why?
Because they have a narrative that they've written and rehearsed. And to not have that narrative leaves them in a very scary place called the unknown. So if I'm not married, who am I? If I'm not in this profession, who am I? If I'm not drinking, who am I? I was I have an addictive thing, so porn was my addiction. And when we started to unravel, when I was in my therapy and we started to unravel my porn addiction, I was literally like this. Like, and porn is bad. You know what I mean? That's not like something that in my cognitive mind, this is degrading to women. This is like maladaptive. My little Timmy survived with porn, but adult Timmy don't need that, right? And the moment we started talking about like, oh, okay, so we're gonna start coming against these urges and this maladaptive behavior, and we're about to remove this from my life. I was literally like, don't take this is my binky. I've been looking at porn since I was 12. If you gonna take it, what I got? Yeah. And they was like, well, your PlayStation. I was like, PlayStation ain't no porn. Shoot, I got a PS5. Where my porn at? It was really, and I understood lust, and I understood all the things. You know what I mean? And that thing was a fight because my identity was wrapped up in it. And when your identity gets wrapped up in something and you're trying to remove your way from that, the scariest thing is to face the fear of letting go of this before you can grab onto that. Because you think you're just going to be floating for the rest of your life. Like, oh my God, I ain't going to be whose am I? What am I? Where am I? But you got to let go of it before you can, you got to leave to cleave.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And so it's a very, that was a, child, you don't even know.
Just a trying time.
That was a booger bear to fight. That thing was hard to let go of because of all the things I had told myself about it. And because of one of my therapists, shout out to Nancy Houston, she said to me, She said the enemy knew, based on your core wounds of abandonment and attachment. She said porn was nuclear to you because it tells you two lies that feed your core traumas. I'll always be here, and we're connected. So that's why it was so difficult for me.
Yeah, and that was what I was going to even ask, was like, what makes people develop these, I guess, identity issues? Like, where does it come from? But you kind of touched on that. The enemy will play on your weaknesses,
That's right,
your insecurities, and fill it
that's right,
with whatever he deems the best fit to bring you down.
absolutely. Which is a counterfeit measure of peace, because porn and masturbation did give me peace, but it was only temporary. Just like cocaine would give you some peace. Temporary. Weed will give you some peace. Temporary. Cigarette drag will give you some peace. Temporary. Swiping that card and buying them shoes will give you some peace. Temporary. Alcohol will give you some peace. Temporary. You're either being distracted, sitting courtside at the Knicks game. I don't have to think about whatever my problem is, because and obviously in a healthy context, distractions are great. And a lot of times we focus on, like, the bad stuff, the drinking, the alcohol, the smoking, the sex, and all that kind of stuff. And we're like, don't do that, because that's numbing stuff. All of that numbs you. Yeah. But then we accept the binge watching, the playing video games for 17 hours, and then you know what I mean. Yeah. You got more. They're building a I know y'all seen it, the storage unit over here.
Yeah.
I'm so mad
because it blocked the skyline.
Oh, I'm so angry. But I started to think, like, okay, storage is big business right now.
Yeah, I see.
It's big business. I mean, that building is huge.
It is.
And it's just for people to put their stuff. So I got to thinking, how much stuff do we got?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Now, I understand. Listen, if you got, like, I don't know what you can have that justifies storage, but I'm sure there's something, right? I'm a minimalist, so I don't keep stuff. Stuff is getting out. When something comes in, I bought 2 pair of shoes. 3 pair of shoes went out.
That's Jerry.
I'm giving away 3 pair of shoes.
I'm a low-key hoarder.
I got somebody in my family that's a hoarder too, and they will go nameless, okay? Because I respect them too much, because they gave birth to my wife. I didn't say their name, though. I said they would go nameless. I didn't say they would go positionless. Okay. So I always give stuff away, and I just started thinking to myself, what kind of world do we live in on this side of the earth, where we got a house or an apartment or whatever that's already full of stuff, and low key a car, that's already full of stuff, and now you paying however much money a month to put more stuff in there that you ain't gonna touch again till you move somewhere else.
Yeah,
to put it in another storage.
Sell it is what I'm learning. Sell it or give it away.
And then how many of these? There's actual TV shows for people that left their stuff in storage, and then they pop the lock and sell everything in there to somebody else. I'm like, this is crazy. But we do that emotionally. We do that spiritually. We do that relationally. We don't let go of nothing.
Yeah.
So we wind up with all these storage units in our souls of stuff that we should have gave away. Like, we don't even need it no more. Why are you still holding on to that?
Yeah.
You still thinking about? I don't think about that. You think about that?
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine that I've known since he was a teenager. He said something to me. Well, actually, he did something. And once I found out about it, I said, why did you do that? I was just so curious. what made you do that? And he said, well, I thought you remembered what I did to you like 15 years ago. And that's what made me do that, because I didn't want you to come at me the way you did 15 years ago. So I did. That's the reason why I moved like this. Mm. And I said, you still remember that? Wow. I said, I ain't thought about that since we talked about it. Like, it hasn't even crossed my mind. And I was like, yo, you've been holding on to that for that long. And you holding on to that has made you adjust the way you relate to me, because you think I was still holding on to it too. Mm.
That's a storage unit.
It's a storage unit. And I'm like, we need to burn some of these storage units and just be like, hey, whatever is in your house, that's all you need.
Exactly.
Stop playing with us.
Yeah.
You're going to lose some stuff, gain some stuff, but you don't, a lot of the, okay, that's sentimental. Take a picture of it. I'd rather put it in the cloud. You know what I mean? If I'm going to have any storage unit, keep the pictures I took of Nathan. You know what I'm saying? 18 years ago. But physically, nah, we can't be doing all this. Nah.
I'm telling you, I feel like that's what Jared was here for. Because when I was moving out of my apartment to our house together, our first house, it was all these clothes and shoes, and I was like, hold on, I need this. When did you wear this last? I don't remember, but I need that. I'm gonna wear it again.
Right,
and I was like, no, we gotta pick a few things. And I was like, that was hard because my mom did the same thing. You
Understood.
go to my parents' house, it's so many stuff that she probably doesn't even know that she has still, and it's just like we passing down storage units.
That's all we
passing
doing.
them down, and it's like, no, throw it away.
Throw it away.
You don't need it.
Absolutely.
It's just getting cobwebs and gathering dust and taking up space.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is the first table that we had when we moved into our.
It's rinky dink. It's falling apart.
It's
and
like
that's termites.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, that table got us through, but we don't need to make a museum out of it. You know what I mean? Like, it don't go nowhere in this new house. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we start to do, and literally, like you said, in your soul, like with you start to do that. You're holding on to memories and issues and traumas that you should have deposited and
that's right.
And freed yourself with. Opened up those palms. Let God take it away, but you're holding on to it and just creating clutter.
That's right.
And then in turn, what we begin to see with those things is it transforms into sickness. So all that clutter, all that stuff that you're just holding on to, all that trauma, your body, it can never be relaxed.
That's right.
That constant inflammation turns into sickness and illness. And it's like, so it's so many facets of health, starting with spiritual, mental, and then manifesting in the physical. And you're like, dang, how did I get this illness? It doesn't run in the family, which even I don't agree with stuff running in the family, but it's just like that was a trauma that you didn't release, and you were holding on to your anger from what your cousin said to you 30 years ago. And every time you saw him, it reignited that feeling. And now you got a tumor growing.
Right. It's the truth. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
And it's there's so much depth to this, and that in your book, and the word peace is, we don't even it passes all understanding. You don't.
That's how you know you got it.
Yeah. You don't even know the depths of what peace can do for you.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Thank y'all for watching season 1 of Open Hart Conversations. Make sure y'all go like, subscribe, comment, and stay tuned. We got a lot coming next season.